Hello everybody and welcome back. I am KRX. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a quick start guide for Aragon Europa Universalis 4 with the Leviathan DLC and the updated 1.31 patch and all the subsequent hotfixes that have come out since the release. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing in this first episode is just getting a sense of our bearings and get a sense of the ecosystem around Aragon. We're playing as Aragon. And it'll be a SWOT analysis looking at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of the country, and just devising a plan and talking a little bit about what makes Aragon unique and their circumstances. And then in episode 2, we'll actually be trying to execute on some of our analysis and do some opening moves and try to win some initial wars and start to make some moves as we go, as we push towards our ultimate goals. The main achievement that you can go for with Aragon is the Consulate of the Sea. And that's specific to Aragon, where you essentially have to collect. I'm not sure the exact. I'm trying to remember the exact wording of the achievement, but essentially you have to grab the trade centers that are all around the Mediterranean. So basically, it's kind of like a little baby Roman Empire. And a lot of the times, I think when people go for that achievement, they end up kind of like getting the Mare Nostrum and the Roman Empire achievement as well. So that's something you can do as Aragon, and Aragon is a very powerful country. Not quite like England, Spain, or France, but like right there. And yeah, Aragon has a huge amount of potential. Actually, in the player's hand, the interesting thing about Aragon that's kind of cheesy a little bit is that the Iberian wedding, that where usually Castile personal unions Aragon, yeah, if you're playing as Aragon, the game is actually kind of set up to have it happen in reverse. So Aragon personal unions Castile if the player is playing Aragon. I think that's almost all but guaranteed. I don't know if there's any chance that, like, I don't think you can just magically be PU'd via an event as a player. So it actually flips the script and it makes it so Aragon PUs Castile, which basically then at that point you're just playing Spain. I mean, you're basically just playing. And Aragon is, I think Aragon is like more interesting, but just because it has a better color than Spain, right? I mean, who cares about this Spain's color? It's all about Aragon's color. But ultimately, yeah, there's a good chance that if you're playing Aragon, you'll just PU Castile, and then become sort of a Spain or a Spain Light or something like that. In the meantime, though, you have all these really awesome islands like Malta and Sicily and Sardinia and such, and the Baleares that you can sort of like hop skip across all of the med here. And you can get into issues with very easily sort of be attacking places like Provence. As you can see, this is connected here. So you can get into Provence where there are some good trade centers here. And start to really sort of dominate the Genoa node. You can get up into Genoa and northern Italy and mess with the Pope a little bit, or you can befriend the Pope. Now we start off with a personal union over Naples. However, there is an event that happens early in the game where Naples, I can't remember if Aragon makes a decision or if Naples makes a decision. I can't remember who makes the decision, but somebody makes a decision and that might dissolve. In fact, most of the time since Emperors come out, the personal union with Aragon does dissolve most of the time. But I think as a player, we might be able to influence that a little bit to make sure that sticks around. Because, I mean, honestly, keeping Naples as a PU would be great. PU Castile, PU Naples, PU Navarra. Actually, it's pretty easy to PU Navarra as Aragon as well. I think we have a mission for that, so we'll have to check that out. And, of course, if you have Golden Century, you'll have some fancy missions with Aragon. I actually haven't played Aragon since Golden Century came out. Consulate of the Sea, that's the name of the achievement, but this is certainly not... I think you get this a lot sooner before you've actually completed the achievement. But it does say a 50% trade power in... the Gulf of Valencia, 70%. Oh, and then in here we want 50% trade. We want 15% trade power here and 70% over here. We get permanent claims on Liguria area, which I think is where Genoa is. Western Mediterranean Islands. Yeah, which we mostly control already. Yeah, this area. I don't know how we'd really get that much power over here without already... I mean, maybe it wants us to like attack Lucca or something like that. Or beat up on Florence or something. Or maybe getting this would help us get a little bit of power over here. I'm not sure. Maybe just flooding it with trade ships. I'm not at 15%. Maybe 15% is not that hard if you have a lot of trade ships. And it wants us to build marketplaces. Okay, so that's something that'll take a little bit of time. Vassalize Navarra, right? This will give us permanent claims on all of the Castile area. Now, more importantly, Provence. It gives us free claims on the Provence area. That's what we want. So if we can PU Navarra, free claims on that area. That's what we want. Most of it, we're not really going to bash our head against Castile because we're already kind of thinking that, hey, you know, us and Castile, we could just form a union together. It could be great. In fact, Castile did rival us, but honestly, I'm willing to turn the other cheek. I'm willing to turn the other cheek. I'm going to... I don't know if we do it right away, but I'm tempted on buttering them. I'm tempted on buttering them and seeing if they'll actually, like, change their mind on this. They've rivaled us, though. I mean, that's kind of... France, how you feeling? France hasn't rivaled Spain yet, but they might. France likes us. Not enough to royal marry us, though, for some reason. France has too many diplomatic relations at the start of the game. We could royal marry Portugal, and the interesting thing about this would be that Castile and Portugal won't fight each other, so it won't get us into a war with Castile. It might get us into a war with Granada or Morocco, though, but we could easily handle that. Yeah, I think there's no reason not to royal marry Portugal. And then ultimately turn that into an alliance soon. Austria could be... Ooh, Austria likes us. They love us. Austria is very powerful. They would turn the other way. They would look the other way if we were maybe attacking some of the HRE nations in northern Italy. Maybe they wanted... I don't know, but... So I think at this point we could either butter up... You know, I'm actually like... It's a weird... well, we gotta... let's assign... Florence is part of the HRE, isn't it? Yeah, all of this is HRE at the start. Huh. Not the Pope, though. I don't want to get excommunicated by the Pope. We could actually get a claim going on Tunis, actually, or something like that, and actually go after Tunis. I bet you we have other missions, but you know what? Let's butter up the Pope so they don't excommunicate us. That is the worst. That is the worst. We might actually just ally the Pope, too, and just say, hey, you know what? We're not going to be aggressive against the Pope. This wants us to all the provinces in the area owned by Aragon. So if we integrate Naples, it will get free claims on a lot of this area over here is what it looks like. And Naples itself will get a little bit of a development boost. Aragonese Navy, 90% of force limit. Have a Navy force limit at least 30. And 1 admiral. Oh, this will actually get us free claims on the Barbary Coast and on Algiers. Which should be, yeah, this area down here. But, you know, honestly, we could still beat up here. But I bet you that chains into Tunisia. Okay, so we do have claims to go this way. We don't have to do that manually, but it's something we could do in the meantime. Oh, you know what? I really like the idea of actually getting claims on Granada and swooping Granada. Yeah, swooping Granada before Castile gets it. Yeah, that could be kind of nice. Oh, wait a second. I forgot. We need to integrate Navarra. And it's a race to do that. Holy cow, I forgot about that. So we need to integrate Navarra. Once we do that, what do we get? Upper Andalusia. Restore the Union Casus Belli on Portugal. Oh, but that's if that okay, that's when we we don't have to conquer Castile, but we just have to like own or have a subject own Castile. Yeah, so if we integrate or personal union Castile, then that happens. Oh, nice. Permanent claims on Savoy, Gascony. So this lets us go up into France and humiliate Provence is what it's saying. And that basically wants us to take over the Provence area, which includes that little bit by the Papal State, which is going to be kind of tricky. Aquitaine here, invade that area. So there's some really neat missions for, clearly there's, ooh, actually Envoy to Ethiopia. What's that all about? Mare Nostrum. There's actually an achievement that helps us go towards Mare Nostrum and, you know, continue to beat up on control Venice and all kinds of stuff in here. Holy cow. Rule Italy? Let's go. Let's go. So there's some neat stuff here in the, yeah, there's some neat stuff here. Basically very easily get missions that just sort of let you just trip right into, Castile through events, and then Portugal through missions. and you know, get a lot up into here. We'll conquer all of this. We'll conquer all of this. We'll conquer all of Italy, and all that will be just through the missions, which is quite fantastic. Okay, we got the missions covered. So we need to. I want to get a spy network on Granada, and we also need to race to get Navarra buttered up and integrated, vassalized into our country. And those will be what these 2 diplomats will be doing. One will try to get here, and one will work on Navarra. Actually, we might actually need to pull back the... We might need to not do Granada right away. We have a few years because there's truces. We have a few years to work on Granada. So I think we focus both diplomats on making sure that we integrate Navarra, because Castile will try to race for that too. I think there's an event actually that can help us with that. We might need a royal marriage with them first. Of course, we start off with a pretty good king, an average of a 444, a little bit low on the admin skill, which actually means, hey, let's focus admin. Our heir is not very good. We probably want to get rid of this heir. I'm just going to get... Low prestige, I think, affects personal union somehow. I'm going to keep this guy around a little bit. He actually might die. We might actually, you know what, he might actually just kind of go on his own. He's 46 years old. Let's make him into a ruler. Is there a place where we can unify the entire army? Yes. Let's get the Navy doing Navy things. Protect trade in Valencia. What are our merchants doing exactly? Whoa! No. We're to put the merchant from we don't want to collect here. We want to be collecting in Valencia. I know there's a lot of money there, but honestly, we're going to get a penalty for that. We push from Seville into Valencia, collect to Valencia. That's what we're going to do. Or we could actually try pushing from Tunis or something. Which I'm not that in love with that idea. Actually, I have a lot of forts over here. This is a really good fort, a mountain fort. I want to keep this fort. We're not going to pay for it right now. This is another really good mountain fort. We want to keep that fort. I'm not going to pay for it. I like our forts. If we have a good economy right now, we have a pretty decent economy. That's not paying for the forts, though. Oh, wait, no, there's one in... we don't want this... Forget Valencia fort. That is our capital, but I'm bopping that. I'm bopping that fast. We got plenty of forts. These are the really good ones against, like, France and stuff. This is still a capital fort. So it's not like they'll just instantly be able to get our capital in a day, but these are the forts that we would actually, like, want to fight on. Maybe we shouldn't have got rid of Valencia, but I like the idea of having a strong economy here. The estates, we do need to pull back some land to get rid of that modifier. Yeah, we talked about who are we going to rival. I don't want to rival Castile. I do not want to rival Castile or France. If we do England, it's going to jeopardize our relationship with Portugal. It's not letting us do Tunis for some reason. We could do Burgundy. It's no skin off our back. I mean, France would like us more. Burgundy is just a long-time rival that we wouldn't really do much against. We could do Morocco. I'm sure we'll be going to war with Morocco. I wouldn't mind doing England, but we could do the Ottomans, but it's kind of irrelevant. It just wouldn't matter much. Do Hungary, but it might jeopardize our relationship with Austria, and it's pointless. We're allied to... We're not allied to Castile, but I'm trying to butter up with Castile. Castile, who have you rivaled? Morocco. So we'll have a common rival there. But for some reason, Castile could rival Savoy, but we can't rival Savoy. What's the logic in that? Who have the Ottomans rivaled? I bet you Austria's probably rivaled the Ottomans. Yeah, Austria and the Mamluks, okay. Just do the Ottomans, it'll be fine. We know there's disputed successions around, that's fine. And we have a lot of truces that are going to be expiring. Yearly inflation reduction guy is really nice, but I don't think we have any inflation at the moment. Do we? Wait, do we have... I don't think we have gold. No, there's gold in Iberia, but it's not in Aragon. We definitely have the money to hire advisors. I mean, how many troops are we going to need to build, though? I'm going to want to get a bigger navy, too, but I think troops... Actually, oddly enough, how many transports do we have? We have 14 transports. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's enough to move our entire army with 2 transportations. That's pretty good. Believe it or not, I'm almost thinking, man, military. We have 21,000 at the moment with 10,000 with Naples, 4,000 with Navarra. Those numbers will go down, though, when we start the game. They'll actually kind of shed a little bit of their army, unfortunately. I usually like building up to force a little bit. We can afford it, so I don't see any reason not to do this. Just makes us more intimidating. Makes it so people think twice about attacking us. I think we need to do that. Except for what I just realized is we will need some money on hand to hire a couple advisors. So we just said that the inflation guy is not that appealing. Morale of navies could be okay. And force limit modifier, that doesn't really do anything for us. Let's not do the nobility guy, because I don't really want their influence to get too high, but we will do the clergy advisory council, and we'll get that inflation guy, because we'll get inflation eventually, I'm sure. When we build churches, the papal influence goes up. I like that one. Oversight by the clergy just makes them super happy and super strong within the state. That's usually not a problem. We can get rid of it later, I'm sure. Actually, we are going to want to do this as well. Increasing base tax is just such an easy, simple thing. Where is this exactly? No, I don't think we're going to be attacking France. Alicante. Grapes? Yeah. Castello. Grapes. Yeah, I'd rather do base tax, I think. Let's do base tax there. Let's go back to this, though. Finish doing our estates. Supremacy over the crown just seems to be really good. Right to council. Yeah, the equal leave is at 63%. The nobility, or the influence, is at 53%. It might go up a little bit, but it gives us a little bit of a buffer there. I think that's all fine. Over here, we could actually make the private trade fleets. I do like this one quite a bit. Makes the light ships cheaper to build and maintain. I don't usually end up giving away monopolies, but it does give us money now, and it does give us mercantilism. I don't know when that's worth it or not. I usually just avoid those as a general rule. I like leaving one space available for indebted to the burghers. This is a really good way to take loans. There we go. Let's come over here and let's get, we want the morale and navies guy. He's really gonna get us half a ducat a month? Holy cow, why is that so cheap? Oh, because we have 20% advisor cost reduction there. Holy cow. Our advisors are basically free. Let's do this. Let's go up here and do this. Forget it. I mean, the loyalty up here for these guys is 68%. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Dang, those are some cheap advisors. One more of these guys. And as we make money, we'll keep building up. We're making some good money. Making some really good money. I'm liking our situation here, guys. We got the, once we unpause, we got to get our merchant situation. We got to get Navarra PU'd. We got to build spy network on Granada. We have extra trade efficiency, and we have galley combat ability. So we want to build a lot of trade ships so that we can get trade power, but we're going to want to build a lot of galleys just because we're kind of effective when it comes to the galleys. Artillery fire +1, that's kind of neat. Aragon's got some cool stuff going for him, to be honest. Aragon's a neat, fun, powerful country to play. Oh, we actually even have a... Oh, you know what I want to do? Forget protecting trade. Hunt pirates. Hunt pirates. Actually, here. Let's have you guys hunting pirates there. I can't remember 100% if light ships and galleys can both hunt pirates. I think any ships can hunt pirates. I'm pretty sure successfully. But if we're hunting pirates in Genoa, and here we will prevent these areas from being raided because that's going to happen immediately. I'm really glad that we remembered that. But guys, I think we're ready to unpause and we're ready to roll at this point. And I'm wondering if we need to actually butter up Naples, if that has any effect or not on the events that can happen. I don't want Naples going anywhere. I like Naples. They're happy with us, aren't they? All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for being here for this first episode of just getting started and assessing the situation and analyzing the circumstances. What we need to do is we need to PU Navarre quickly. That gives us claims on Provence. We could then attack Provence when the opportunity arose, like when a war breaks out between Burgundy or England or, you know, something like that. Then we need to come down here and swoop Granada before Castile can get in there. It doesn't really matter too much if Castile gets it, but I think we want to get a little bit of a foothold here. In fact, if we can actually take like a province like this, and this, we could start to control the strait here, and we can actually get into Morocco aggressively on our own, which I don't think we're actually going to get free claims down here. So it'd be nice to be able to do that and let the free claims of Tunis and Tlemcen kind of come later, let that drift in on its own. So we got a plan here, guys. In episode 2, we'll actually be doing opening moves, and we'll be seeing how this actually works. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you guys have questions, please ask down below, and we'll get those answered. Also, there's a playlist link down below, and that'll get you going in to the next episode, guys, and it'll actually show you a bunch of other quick start guides that we have for many other countries that we've done for EU4. But thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next episode.